Blessings, everyone. I have not done the oracle readings in a few days, and so I had a very strong pull this morning to do an oracle reading with the spirit animal totems. And it's interesting because a day ago I was outside just meditating, and I had a strong moment, a teaching come through that I wanted to share with everybody. I had been sitting, watching the birds. It got very quiet. And I looked over, and there was a beautiful Cooper's hawk just sitting on the fence very quietly, kind of with its head cocked a little bit. And it was observing me. It was watching me. And as I got up slowly, I was actually going out of the yard to come into the house, and it followed me. It started hopping along the fence, and then it flew up into the tree right in front of my front door, and we just had a moment where it was up there, and it made me realize that we are nature. Since we are part of that and nothing is separated, and not only are we observing and learning from them, but they're observing us. And so it made me kind of realize that to be in that space of peace, that maybe, well, not maybe, I felt as though that the hawk was sharing that with me, because as I was observing its beauty and learning from it and what it was teaching me in the moment with the different attributes that the hawk brings to us, it was also sitting with me in my peace and showing me that in nature, creation is equal. We are in the same moment, and it really, that really went to my heart, and I'm so grateful. So I would just like to invite the animals, guides, and ancestors to please step in and bring a message for the highest good. I am grateful for the light of source within us all. Thank you. I'm just going to do a quick shuffle. I have my table again because of the tripod. I'm still working on getting a better one for the phone camera. It's good enough for now. I just gotta be patient. So I have to shuffle on my knee. This is a very organic oracle reading that I do. It's not fancy at all. So I'm just gonna pick one card. Usually, whoops, I came, not that one. I usually just, sometimes they move out, they jump out. Oh, okay, this one fell out. And I take that because I take that as a message from spirit. Giraffe, visionary. Rise above earthly matters, glide through life with grace. You are able to see the right path, stand tall in your self-worth, and love with a big heart. And that's an absolutely beautiful artwork again. The giraffe, the cards that, let me get Jody Bergsma is the creator of the oracle, so I'm not sure if she's also the artist, but they're absolutely beautiful. And the first thing that I'm drawn to, that I don't know if it's just because it's a personal thing that I've been experiencing with the spirals, is right here on the giraffe. I don't know if you could, it's going to pick that up. There's a spiral. And so it's, what spirit is kind of bringing through is that as we rise above earthly matters, and the giraffe, obviously, it has the long neck, and it could see and reach to the places that others cannot in the animal kingdom. It's beautiful. It's reminding me that in creation, everything is so perfectly balanced. There's nothing needed when you think of nature, because there's so many animals that eat the lower parts of the branches and the lower parts of the leaves and things when you think of trees and bushes and grasses. And the giraffe keeps the balance by having the higher pieces of nourishment on anything at the top of the tree. And so, but it can also see, almost like the hawk and the birds, far. It's grounded on the earth, so it has the earth energy and the vibration. It's staying grounded, but it's able to look far beyond what the animals can see that are lower to the ground. So there's that balance of nature working together. And I'm just going to read quickly from the book. Okay. Giraffes are the tallest land animals. They tower far above all others and stride with grace across the savanna. Their long, slender necks lift their sight so they see life from a greater perspective. Giraffe often appears when we need to be reminded just how grand we are and that we have the potential to rise above any challenge with grace. Giraffe people are encouraged to stretch themselves as far as they can go. If giraffe is your totem, you are a natural visionary with keen perception. You can see things that are coming long before others can, and giraffe people have strong bonds with their family and friends. Because giraffe mothers share a special protective love with their offspring, this is a meaningful totem for children and mothers. Giraffe is very giving and often needs to set boundaries to avoid being misused. A unique giraffe trait is just how little sleep and water they need to maintain themselves in their lives. This characteristic signifies their conservative use of resource. Giraffes have amazing stamina and are patient, silent, and wise. Giraffe is an elegant power animal that bestows the gifts of friendship, grace, vision, and charm. And that's interesting because it's true out of all the animals. Giraffe is not an animal that needs to call and make a spectacle of itself. It can make its point with its grace. And because it can see clearly, it trusts what it sees. And so that is a very powerful teaching for all of us, is that when we know something innate within us, in our truth, if we've had an experience and we've been through the motion of something and come out the other side of it, we understand. And so we do have a clarity there. And we can share that with others without making a lot of noise or using a lot of emotional charge to get a meaning across. When we are secure in something that we could see or we see coming, and we know that, there's nothing really to express over the top to get that across to people. Usually when we're secure in something and we understand something, we're seeing it clearly, we're seeing the big picture, we're watching it moving towards us. We don't need the validation or reassurance of others in that way. We don't have to make harsh accusations or put other people down. We don't have to be extravagant in the way we express ourselves. It's fun. We can do that creatively. But when it's something that we're needing to share with others, if there's something that we want to help others with, the giraffe is a very powerful reminder that it can be done in silence and grace, just because we're secure in ourselves. And a lot of times people will feel that comfort. They'll understand someone with confidence and clear vision. Just that on its own is enough. It expresses through experience and example. On the contrary is, did you stick your neck out too far? Have you lost your balance? Do you need a higher perspective on a tough situation? Do you need to put yourself first and get more sleep and water? Reach for the truth through a greater perspective. And so that is another beautiful teaching from the giraffe, because we know that their necks are so long, and so how does it stay balanced? It's kind of like everybody talks about the bumblebee, and it shouldn't technically be able to fly. Physics would insinuate that, but with the giraffe as well, it's perfectly balanced. And that's something that, if we can reflect that in our own lives, when we have the balance, we can see that far. And so I would say that I'm going to leave that there for the message today, because Spirit seems very satisfied with what the book is saying and what I've said so far. So I'm very grateful for you allowing me to share this with you. And I hope that the weather is starting to be nice wherever you are, and you get to get outside and experience nature, because it's one of the most profound healing teachers that's all around us here. Thank you. Many blessings and much love, everyone.